Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And this time, we, Black people, got the wake-up call. And we got the wake-up call in a very unusual way. Now, I've been talking about the killing of young Cyrus Kamek Belton in Columbia, South Carolina all week. Now, there's a new twist to it as far as I'm concerned. We thought, well, this was a prejudiced, white, racist jury that found this man, Mr. Chow, not guilty of killing this young man, of shooting him in the back while he was running. Well, we find out that, and I found this out listening to Yvette Carnell last night, 5 Black people were on that jury, and this young man that I'm about to show you now was on the defense, defending Mr. Chow.
So I just got done defending a pretty high-profile case that I think most of the world knows about. And a lot of folks have been asking a lot of questions, and usually I don't talk about the cases, but in this situation, given the negative attention and the vitriol and the racist threats and the death messages that myself and my family, I thought I'd address some things. And one of the biggest ones people have asked me is, why would you take on this representation? Now, first, I've been practicing law for over 25 years.
Well, I'm going to skip ahead on this video because he goes on to tell about all of the different cases that he has represented and all of the different people, the Black people that he has represented. And I don't think you are interested in that. I'm interested in why he took this case.
So there have been countless individuals who I've represented in the past. And so when someone says, why did you take this case? I don't judge. God judges. If you pick and choose who are you going to judge in your cases, it makes you ineffective of what you're doing. And so people say, why this case? Well, why not any of those ones with the outrage that has come forth? As criminal defense attorneys, we represent the Constitution. We represent individuals. And so when people say comments to me, and I've heard a lot of them, like, you didn't have to take this one. Well, I don't have to pay my mortgage either, but if you don't, they end up taking that from you. When the individual came to me and requested representation, that's the second thing. Oh, you're just a token. You were just put on the team because you're Black. I'm pretty fucking good at what I do. And I find insulted that for someone who would just say the only reason somebody would ask me for representation is because I'm Black. If you check and see the things that I do, I am very damn good at what I do, and I'm a very good lawyer. And I will not apologize for being somebody when someone needs.
Well, I don't doubt that he's good at his job. He is a Black American, a foundational Black American from South Carolina. When a Black man like him defends Mr. Chow with 5 Black people on the jury, that does send a message to the other jurors that it's okay to find Rick Chow not guilty. But I guarantee you, if Rick Chow had shot and killed a 14-year-old white boy who was running away from him, I guarantee you those white people on that jury would not have found him not guilty. I don't care who the defense lawyer was, and I don't care how good he was. And I don't care who else was on the jury. Those white people on that jury would have hung that jury before they let him walk out of that courtroom scot-free.
They contact and want a good lawyer. And the assumption is, which I hate, when someone says they want the best lawyer, by saying that you're saying the best lawyer can't be African American.
You know what? This man can't be that stupid. They picked him, and I'm sure he's a good lawyer. I'm not saying he's not a good lawyer. There are a lot of good Black lawyers, but they picked him because, number one, this was a high-profile case in South Carolina. Number two, Rick Chow picked a Black lawyer because he knew that a Black lawyer would humanize him to the jury. According to reports, all the Black American lawyers in Columbia turned down Mr. Chow. So he went all the way to a town called Manning to find Sean Kent. So that tells you something right there. All the Black lawyers in Columbia turned him down. Why would they want to defend him? They knew he was guilty, and he should have been found guilty, in my opinion. Now, there were white lawyers sitting at the table with Vic Chow. That tells me that he hired them, but they told him that he would fare better if he used a black attorney. And they are the ones who found this Sean Kent man, this sellout black person who is married to a white woman, by the way. So it was probably easy for him to take the case. They did not have second degree murder. They didn't have reckless endangerment. They didn't have but one charge against Mr. Chow, and that was first degree murder. So that was the first case. Then they picked him to prosecute the case. He is a black man. That automatically brings down the tension. That automatically makes the jury think, okay, he must be telling the truth. This black man must be telling the truth. Because let's just use common sense here. White people, Southern white people, would not expect a black man to be defending anybody that killed a 14-year-old black child by shooting him in the back. They used him because he's black. Now he can tell himself that they called on him because he is the best lawyer, but they used him because he's black. Anybody can see through that. At least that's how I see it. But y'all let me know what you think.
That's disappointing on our parts. As far as the legal defense, when a person comes to us and says the following sentence, look, a gun was pointed at my son. I thought he was going to die, so I fired and shot. That was the legal defense. There was nothing creative. There was nothing tricky. There was nothing fancy. That was the legal defense. Nothing was hidden.
I have heard enough of him. That is such a bullshit statement. The boy was running away from him. Even the police in Colombia said they didn't agree with the jury's verdict because they knew that that man shot that kid not about a bottle of water. They were mad because black people might have been coming into that store stealing. I don't doubt that either. But this child was not stealing. Now, some black men are saying on TikTok he shouldn't have had a gun. The 14-year-old shouldn't have had a gun. And I believe that went against him. Now, several of them are saying that. And I don't think that they mean any harm. I believe that they know that a 14-year-old with a gun is not going to lead anywhere good anyway. Whether it was this store or the next week or the next week, a 14-year-old with a gun is not going to lead anywhere good. I think that's what they were saying. But the fact remains the child was not stealing and the child was running for his life. So he couldn't have been pointing a gun at somebody and threatening their life. Plus, they were chasing the child. So how are you afraid of somebody and you're chasing them? How about you call 911? How about you do that? Since the person is running, now you have a chance to call the police. Anyway, y'all, this is a wake-up call. We have to be more diligent and we have to supervise our children more closely because there is danger out here, especially for these young children. Because we have had more young children, young boys, teenage black boys die than we have had grown people. So we have to be more careful about where these children are and the places that they go to. Oh, and I do want to tell you that I have uploaded a new video on Black American lineage, and it's about Charles Drew inventing the blood bank and then not being able to donate blood because he was black. So y'all check out Black American lineage. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.